nothing like a false start to settle the nerves. What a great day for Normanton and the golf. It's not every day you get to stand in front of a brand new facility, especially one that means so much to the community who helped shape it. Before we go any further, I'd like to welcome Richie B and Diane Millwood from the Gathan Peoples to deliver the welcome to country. I'd also like to acknowledge the Kurtajas and Kukach peoples of this beautiful region. I believe Richie and Diane are actually also going to announce the traditional language name that they're given to the hospital.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. My name's Diane Millwood and that's Richie B. We are from the Gathan side from Normanton, and the name that we are on at the moment. My mother and Richie are brothers and sisters, and we came from our grandmother, great-grandmother, and so forth and so on. The TAs from here, which we are as well. We welcome you all here and hope you enjoy the opening of the new one.
I'd like to welcome everybody here to opening and thank Queensland Health for inviting us to come up to the hospital and present our, welcome to country. My name is Richie B. I'm a Gathan person. I acknowledge our elders, past, present, and emerging. I also would like to acknowledge the hospital. We've had a lot of deaths since this new hospital opened up, and there's a lot of family, and we have still got families here. So I would like to ask for a minute of silence just to remember the families that have passed on, and we've got some still here in the hospital at the moment. So can we ask for a minute of silence? I grew up around Normanton, been here for 3 hospitals was built in this area. And then with the census borders, we had the Normanton Hospital where I was born in 1963. And then when that was taken down, we had the other hospital. We were just onto our right, and then that closed down, and the new one was opened. And I've been here for the whole 3, and I'm sure there's a lot of families here that was born in the old Normanton Hospital, and I'm just so grateful that Putnam country, and we also acknowledge our Cookite elders who also was part of Putnam group as we fought a lot of battle around this town. And I'd just like to thank you once again for allowing us to get up and do the welcome to country. Thank you.
Thank you, Richie and Diane. I'd too like to pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging, and thank the traditional owners for welcoming us here today. I would also like to acknowledge Her Excellency, the Honourable Dr. Jeanette Young, AC, PSM, Governor of Queensland, and Professor Nimmo, Mayor Jack Bowden and the councillors from the Carpentaria Shire Council, and our Northwest Hospital and Health Service Deputy Board Chair, Professor Eleanor Milliken, and board members Loretta Seamer, Tanya Arnold, and Tonya Murray. I'd also like to note the apologies of the Minister for Health and Ambulance Services, the Honourable Tim Nichols, our Board Chair, Cheryl Varden, AO, and our Health Service Chief Executive, Sean Bergen. It is hard to express the joy and honour it is to be standing here before you today, opening this facility. It's not lost on myself or my staff that the first hospital in Normanton opened more than 100 years ago. It would have been smaller without air conditioning, but it did the job, because people in this community have always cared for one another. This new hospital carries the same grit and community spirit. It's just got air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a modern design. In the lead up to the event, Director of Nursing Catherine Stock completed a fair amount of research about the history of healthcare provision here in Normanton, many of which you will see over on the photo board today, which are beautifully displayed. And I've been very lucky to hear some lovely stories already from some of the Normanton community about their memories of the three hospitals and having been born there, worked at some, and transitioning across. And it's really special that we have people here present today that have seen that journey. Catherine also spoke to Hazel Travis, and I was fascinated at some of the stories. Hazel spoke of watching the hospital staff rounding up their goats. Hazel also told us that the hospital had their own chickens and pigs, in which they used to use in the hospital kitchen. We learned that the laundry was done by hand in a large copper boiler, and to speak to the outside world, they used a radio that they needed to pedal for electricity. It's amazing to see how far we've come. We thank the community for these stories. It's always important to acknowledge and appreciate the past as we stand here today looking towards the future. Today's official opening of the Normanton Hospital is another great milestone for in a very long history of healthcare here in Normanton. I would like to take a moment to thank a few of the many people who brought this all together. It's impossible to name it all because we know it takes hundreds and thousands of people over many years for these things to come together. Firstly, to the community. Thank you for showing up to meetings, sharing ideas, and frankly telling us straight when we needed to do better. This facility was built with you and for you. To the Gathan, Kurtaja and Kukach peoples for welcoming us onto their lands and being involved in many community planning sessions. Mayor Jack Bowden and the Carpentaria Shire Council for your commitment to your community is second to none. Thank you for working with us to deliver for Normanton. The team at Health Infrastructure Queensland and Hutchinson's Builders, simply thanks for getting it done. Some of you might remember that some of the modules that make up this beautiful building were actually delivered earlier in the year throughout the floods. Working long hours in precarious conditions and a long way from home often, the team pushed on and got it done. And it's an absolute pleasure to see it all come together here today. To Troy Kenny, Catherine Coomer, and the team at HIQ, your support has been immense. And to our own people, Claire Newton, Diane Phillips, and Director of Nursing, Catherine Stock, thank you for leading with heart. And thank you for your unwavering commitment. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Scott Lithgow, our Director of Facilities Management. Scott's made more successful trips up to Normanton this year than a Rex flight, keeping an eye on every detail of this build. Scott, thank you to you and your team. I'd also like to give a special mention to Amanda Farraway and the Council for your help in organising this event today. Tonya Smearden from the Normanton State School and the Chair of our Community Advisory Group for supplying lots of the equipment for today. And Cynthia Thomas and the Gulf Christian College for coming here today and organising a special performance, which we'll see here in a moment. And finally, a special thank you to the Northwest Hospital and Health Service Board and the executive leadership team. Your guidance, support, direction and resilience has made this facility possible. Now I'd like to hand over to Her Excellency, the Honourable Dr. Jeanette Young, Governor of Queensland, to say a few words.
It is just delightful to be back in Normanton and for such a special reason. Mayor, Carpentaria Shire Council, Councillor Jack Gordon, and your councillors, Deputy Board Chair, Northwest Hospital and Health Service, Professor Eleanor Milligan, and board members, Miss Loretta Seamer, Miss Tanya Arnold, and Miss Tonya Murray. Acting Chief Executive Officer, Mr Andrew Potter. Consumer Advisory Group Chair, Ms Tonya Smearden. Queensland Health staff, community members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd also like to thank Richie and Diane for their welcome to country, and I also begin by acknowledging the original custodians of the lands around Normanton, Naganjan, Kucha and Katuja peoples, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and to all of the First Nations people here this morning. Graham and I made our first official visit to Normanton earlier this year, and we're delighted to receive the invitation from Mayor Gordon to return today to officially open this fantastic new 18-bed facility, which we got to inspect while it was under construction back in July. I'm sure most of you would know that both Graham and I are passionate advocates for health. My career, before I was appointed as Governor 4 years ago, was devoted to improving health outcomes. And over that time, especially during my 16 years as Queensland's Chief Health Officer, I believe I did all I could to support the health of Queenslanders, wherever they lived in our fantastic state. That commitment has continued into my current role, and I made a public pledge when I was sworn in to encourage a healthy and active Queensland and to visit every public hospital throughout my term. Queensland, you might know, has no fewer than 124 hospitals and multi-purpose health centres. While visiting all of them over a 5-year period has certainly been a logistical challenge for the team, not to me, especially with so many of our facilities, just like this one, located in some of our state's most remote and hard-to-reach areas. It has been an incredibly rewarding experience. Each visit has offered a valuable opportunity to connect with communities, recognise the dedication of our healthcare workers, and highlight the importance of regional health services across our state. I'm so pleased that this week's visit, which has also included stops in Croydon and Etheridge Shires, has enabled me to see 3 more facilities, bringing the total number of visitors thus far to 119. Now, Queensland governors have actually been committed to ensuring the health of the people of this region for a very long time. As early as 1892, more than 130 years ago, there was a vice-regal visit to the Normanton Hospital. The visitor on that occasion was Field Marshal Sir Henry Wiley Norman, our state's 7th governor. In a journey that took more than a month, Sir Henry and his party travelled from Cairns to Normanton by government steamship and returned overland via Croydon and Georgetown by horse-drawn buggy, camping out on several nights to rest the horses. Thankfully, and I'm sure my staff are grateful, they've not been required to pitch tents or water the horses in order to get me here. And congratulate this community, the healthcare workers, and all those that Andrew has mentioned who brought this new hospital to fruition. It's an achievement of which you can all be proud. It is certainly a great source of pride to me, both as Governor and as the former Chief Health Officer, to see the tremendous work being done in this vast region by the North West Hospital and Health Service to ensure that the people of the Savannah have access to health services when and where they need them. This new hospital is part of that assurance, and I now believe I have the great pleasure in declaring the new Normanton Hospital officially open. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. We're honoured to have you and your husband, Professor Nimmo, here in attendance today. I'd now like to invite Richie back up here, because I think nerves might have got the better of him, and he would like to unveil the traditional language name he had given to the hospital, Richie. I'm sure everyone's keen to know, Richie.
Language name, it was the name for dolphin, so it's called Normanton. That's the language name that we've given for the Normanton Hospital. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richie. I'd now like to hand over to Mayor Jack Bowden, another key player in the success of this facility, to say a few words.
Well, Governor, I don't think I'm going to be as eloquent as you. But thank you for coming. And Graham, it's very much appreciated the way I do it. When you come from the back blocks, it's pretty special to get somebody who wants to turn up. I've got a couple of acknowledgements, but I'd just like to mention Corey Wong. She started working in the old hospital, she worked right through in the second hospital, and her whole dream was to work in this one. She didn't make it. So it's pretty sad, but yeah, I guess that's the way things go. I'm devastated to find out that two of my best sparring partners aren't there, Cheryl Barden and Sean Bergen. We've had plenty of meaningful conversations. So, yeah, there's the councillors all played a part in advocating for the renal, which is a big bonus. That's the plus. That's this new hospital. That's the plus, and we can only move forward from here. So, the board members. I don't know whether it's Cheryl or you guys. But you all run a pretty good show, and it showed. I mean, you got thrown in the deep end right back at the start. Same as Sean got thrown in the deep end, but you have come out stronger, better, and just forging ahead. So we can only see that continue. So I won't bore you anymore. I'll hand back to Andrew, and I'll just remind him that he's got pretty big shoes to fill.
Thank you, Jack. Yourself and the council have been integral in this new build, and we thank you very much. I would now like to invite Cynthia Thomas and the Gulf Christian College Cultural Dance Troupe to conduct a special performance. I've been given a passage to read, so I'll just familiarise. And I'm really sorry if I mispronounce this. The Ramblin' Dance Group is made up of students from diverse backgrounds and ages. They have come together to celebrate Australian Indigenous culture through music and movement. The group will be performing 4 short dances. Their first dance will be a style-up dance, where the boys and girls get a chance to show off their different dancing styles. The second dance is our hunting and gathering dance based on traditional roles in a tribe, where men go out to hunt wallabies and goannas, while the women go out gathering berries, fruits and nuts. The men bring the wallabies and goannas back to the campfire for cooking, and the women bring their collected food back to the camp for a feast and celebration. The third dance is a contemporary interpretation of the movement of brongas during the wet season. There will be a short pause while the group sets up for their final dance. Their final dance is an egg gathering dance, where the girls go out and gather highly prized crocodile eggs. They do this under the watchful eyes of the boys, who are there to protect the girls from any scaly-skinned intruders. A sleepy crocodile advances towards the girls who are at the nest, and the boys come to rescue, killing the crocodile. Nothing is wasted, and the croc is guarded and cooked over the coals, resulting in another opportunity for feast and celebration. Please enjoy their dances.
Somewhere.
I think everyone will agree it's pretty special to see the next generation here today, and definitely the highlight.
Sorry.
I'd now like to invite up to speak our Normanton Community Advisory Group Chair, Tanya Smearden.
also a long-term community member, principal of the state school, and the president of the Normanton branch of the Queensland Country Wheels Association. It is an honour to represent our community as we celebrate the official opening of our new hospital, a place that represents a healthier future for all. This hospital is what we can achieve when government healthcare professionals and community members all work closely together with a shared vision. We want to provide quality, accessible healthcare close to home. Our community has had the opportunity to have input into the needs of our people and the services and the physical environment around this hospital. I would like to acknowledge the voice of the community who has ensured that the hospital is providing the services that we as community members require. This voice was clearly heard and has been acted up with the successful inclusion of the Normanton Satellite Dialysis Unit. What a great achievement for our community members who advocated and worked towards making this need heard. The North West Hospital and Health Service is continuing to expand its kidney healthcare, including provision of dialysis closer to home, with the Normanton Satellite Dialysis Unit on track to open mid-2026. Chronic kidney disease clinics will continue to be provided from the hospital, supporting management and slowing progression of this disease and hopefully avoiding the need for dialysis with some. In addition, the service is working with the new North Queensland Kidney Transplant Service, which opened in Townsville in July this year, and will be expanding its kidney transplant clinic benefiting the people of the Carpentaria Shire. I want to take a moment to thank the many people who have made this possible. Being a part of the Community Advisory Group is rewarding, and the opportunity for more community members to be a part of this and to give feedback and have input into our services is most important. This hospital will not only deliver care, it will create jobs, attract skilled professionals, and strengthen community confidence that people in remote communities such as ours are valued and are well cared for. As a community, we are proud of what this represents and proud to know that our future generations will benefit from this investment in our well-being and community. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. The Community Advisory Group has been a major contributor to this new hospital, and you guys do a fantastic job of keeping us in the loop of what the community needs from the health service, and we are absolutely so thankful for you doing. Now it's time for the official opening address from our Deputy Board Chair, Professor Eleanor Milliken. After which, I would like to invite Her Excellency Dr. Jeanette Young and the Githan Elders, Richie B and Diane Millwood, back on stage to do the official ribbon cutting and the cutting of the cake.
So, good morning everyone, and what a joy it is to be here today. I'm very honoured to join you on behalf of the North West Health Board and Health Board Chair Cheryl Larden, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. We're also deeply honoured to welcome Her Excellency the Honourable Dr. Jeanette Young, Governor of Queensland. Your presence here today highlights the importance of this moment, not only for Normanton but for the entire health community. This new hospital represents far more than just a physical structure. It embodies a commitment to delivering accessible, high-quality care close to home. It reflects careful planning, strong advocacy, and an valuable community input. To everyone who worked tirelessly to bring this project to life, a very sincere thank you. This hospital will serve as a cornerstone of care and connection for generations to come. So now, it's with great pride that I invite Her Excellency, the Honourable Dr. Jeanette Young, Governor of Queensland, Richie B and Diane Millwood to join me as we officially open the new Normanton Hospital. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you again to everyone who took part in today, and for the many months and years of consultations making this building a success. This is a proud day for us all. Before we wrap up, I just wanted to mention the time capsule you'll see on display today. I'm told that the time capsule is the brainchild of Mayor Jack. Well, Sean Bergen did the design of the faithful Bunnings trip. So if it lasts the test of time, we'll thank Jack, and if it doesn't, we'll blame Sean. We're inviting everyone to write a short message, a memory to be placed inside. It could be a note to future Normanton, a memory, a photo, or your prediction of what healthcare might look like when we open it in 50 years' time. So if you haven't had the chance yet, please take a couple of minutes and write something. If you have something at home, or a photo or a memory or something you want to put in, we invite you to drop it to the hospital reception before we seal it up and bury it this Friday the 31st. The final appreciation for today is for the public relations team and the members of the Office of the Indigenous Health team. We all know these events don't just happen. We don't just turn up, there's markings, chairs, everything set up and beautiful. It takes a lot of weeks of dedication, many emails, phone calls and everything to bring it all together. Thank you very much for working with Amanda and Catherine here on the ground and making sure everything runs smoothly. And thank you very much to Michaela and Shannon who made the trip up just to ensure that everything ran smoothly. Otherwise, please join us up on the veranda for some refreshments and food. We have tours of the facility going every couple of minutes, so if you would like to have a look behind the curtain, and I encourage you to do so, it's absolutely beautiful, and the staff are very proud to show it off. There'll be tours leaving from the side to side every couple of minutes. Thanks again to everyone for gathering here today and to celebrate another great milestone for the Northwest Hospital Health Service and the Normanton community.